Hello, fellow swivelheads. This is Greg Allison with Green Greg's coming to you live on Wednesday night. Time on deck 21:09, 100 hours, literally 9:09 Central Daylight Time. So, for those that don't know what this is all about, this is a chance for my viewers to chat with each other, to be a community, because we are a community. We are a family. This is a chance for us to kind of make up and compensate for all the lockdowns and people that aren't mingling these days. We can do that here with each other and share thoughts, but it's also a chance to chat. You can ask me questions. We can go over a lot of the topics I've not been able to in the last several days, cover a lot of topics I wanted to, because I've been very busy. So there's a lot of stuff going on out there right now. We might get into some of that. And hey, sometimes we just cut up and have a little fun here too. And we always end this session with a prayer for the members of our community, as a family would. This is not a religious channel, but we do pray for family members, but we leave it to each person to pray according to their own faith. So we're not trying to intercede in anybody in that regard. And so, in the name, well, that's just a fun little alliteration. I like alliteration. It's that Viking part of it. That's just something to the look, eh? And I got the long hair too. It's just in the ponytail right now, so I can stay cool. So, it's just a funny thing we do. It's just nothing. Don't get serious about it, okay? Now, the thumbnail picture that I use has that now maligned word woke in it, woken. That wasn't the way it was meant, the way it's been used today. It's not woken as in East and West Wokistan. If you've watched my last video, you understand. You know what I mean by that. I have hereby dubbed the left coast is West Wokistan, and everything from the DC part of Northern Virginia up to Boston is East Wokistan. And that's how this nation is going to be divided up one day: East and West Wokistan, with Indian territory all in the middle, kind of like India after it got partitioned, when all the Muslims went to Pakistan. East and West Pakistan it was at the time. East Pakistan became Bangladesh, as you know, and the middle became India. And we are all Indians today. They want to put us, everybody in this flower country, on a reservation. So we'll just say, hey, we're all Indians. So we might as well band with the Indians themselves. Join tribe with them. Be one. And like I said, it's all Indian territory in the middle. All right. Well, hey, I like to have a little fun too, guys. But we're really living some serious times. There's some topics I've alluded to, like last weekend and earlier, that I haven't had a chance to do material on, such as there's a lot of hints and warnings that China is in the process of really trying to get their people in the mindset that for war with us, and that's not a good thing, guys. So I'll have to do a video on that. And also, there's a lot of material coming around. There's material suggesting they might do a bio attack. They're developing, apparently, according to some, diseases that would be racially profiled. Let's not leave them as the only country standing that can get away with this. So there's a lot to be concerned about. There's just a lot going on, guys. The sun is acting up. If you're in the Fairbanks, you saw some very wonderful aurora. We can talk about that. Who knows? I may even sing and dance to you, because I'm not going to be dancing much. My knees are killing me, especially my left knee. I don't know, just a couple nights ago, it really set in and has not gotten any better. And now my right knee is starting to feel sympathetic to it, probably because I've been leaning on it more. So my knees are killing me, and it's kind of multiplying, getting up into my hips and everywhere else. All right, let's see what folks have got to say in here, because this is your night. This is a chat night for you guys. And let me find, where did my chat room go? It disappeared on me. I got to go back to my channel. Hang on, guys. Tried to get here and I accidentally wiped it out. So I got to go back into my channel to find it. Must have clicked on the wrong thing. Momentum, please. Let's pull this up. We got 22 in the room, now 21. There we are. Let's see what this had to say here. Jason Avers is in the house, and Jason just had a live session. I watched part of that. It was a good session. And Brian Perendi is back in the house. Somebody timed him out, but Brian's actually, he's a good guy. He just sometimes gets a little overzealous with his humor. So Brian, just gotta be careful. Cassandra D. Well, hello, Cassandra D. What else we got here? Bobby Arnett. And let's see, Arkansas Woodcutter. Rodney Braun. Oh, Sweeps. Okay. I was about to say, who's Cassandra? Well, I know your name's Cassandra. But you still kept the ranch when you changed the name. Okay, very good. Got me confused there. I thought, well, I thought I know all my mods. What is this? You fooled me there, Cassandra. All right, so let's see. Jen, good evening. Greg from Houston. All right, very good. I got a daughter who lives above Houston in Spring, Texas. And I used to go to Houston, south side of Houston, a lot for my work. Go down to the JSC. All right. Kathalana says, I'm rugged. Man, that's a good time to be rugged. Evening, Greg's This Frozen World. Sandra did a food prep haul today to fill my gaps and stock up on my staples. Coffee for me. Yeah, good idea. I got some coffee here. Guys, coffee is one of those things that may be getting in short supply, particularly because they're having problems with coffee and chocolate. That they're systemic to coffee and chocolate, but we're having overall supply chain problems all over the world right now. And shortages, I think, are just multiplying. I think they're going to get worse if something's not done. Sassafras Red, how you doing, Sassafras? Wazell, hey, Greg's people, haven't even had time to watch your earlier vid, and here you are again. Town crier you are. Well, you know, we try to keep everybody informed. Kathalana says, turmeric, don't forget to take with pepper. Well, that's right. That's a good tip. And because the pepperine makes the oh shoot, what do you call it in the turmeric? The active agent is cumin. It makes it like 1,000 times more potent. But you got to also know that turmeric is oil soluble, so you need to take some kind of oil with it. If you're just taking turmeric tablets, it ain't gonna do you no good unless you're eating it with avocados, you know, or you're consuming some olive oil, you know, use extra, you know, cold pressed extra virgin, or preferably something like maybe coconut oil. The coconut oil is quite yummy. Yummy for your tummy. So cheers, my friend, says, oh, Jess and Bean. Haters hit the dislike twice. I hope they hadn't hit me. I don't see them dislikes right now. But boy, I tell you, I see them on some other videos, and I sometimes wonder, why don't you dislike this? What, you know, you're going to give me a dislike, tell me why. What's cooking? What? Most people that dislike a video, they see the title, they assume what it's all about, and go, you know, they're not even listening. You know, I've had people say, well, you're covering this, that, and the other. Or they'll tell me like, well, you're all about Q. No, I'm not. I've never been about that. In fact, I've always thought it was a psyop. So, Frozen World says, please and thank you. Yeah, that deserved, I don't know how that got put up for review. I'm kind of slow at reading those things. Greg, what's your opinion? What's this scrolling up real fast? Let's see. Come back. What are we? Missed it here. Let's see. I got to scroll back finally. Groucho Globe says, enjoy the videos when you're driving the truck. Yeah, some people really like that. That's what I should do pretty well, actually. 2 shots. Mid-Missouri. All right, very good. Howdy doody, y'all, says 2 shots. All right, what am I hunting here? Jason, my hips act up every winter, have been able to avoid arthritis in the knees so far. I think that's what I'm starting to get. Could be rec related, but I had my meniscus trimmed in my left knee about 15 years ago. It could be related to that. Now, and they did have, my knees had, I could sit there and they showed me the video, you know, but they went in with a little scope and you could see the fibers forming. It was arthritis. I already had it started there, but it wasn't bad. But now I'm beginning to feel it. Thank you, Brian. He says, I've never unliked the Greg video. Appreciate that. There we are. Now I'm caught back that haters get the dislike twice. He said, hi, Brian. Build those tribes or get stung by the hives. That's right, Daniel. So let's see. What's your opinion on the sun activity day? You think it might harm us? Probably not today, but there's some sunspots that are really growing. You know, there's been a lot of stuff in the news lately claiming that well, we now think the internet might go down. We might possibly lose the internet for several months, and that would be such a catastrophe from these solar storms. Duh. And it's not just the internet. You better think about the whole power grid. Unfortunately, the internet does control so much stuff that loss of internet would be rather catastrophic now, because now suddenly we put everything into the internet. You know, banking, all the control systems, you know, for a lot of our distributed systems and utilities, and you know, financial, we shop. So much stuff is in the internet today. We need to rethink that. It shouldn't be. And then we want to make so-called smart grids. How smart are they? You're just making them more vulnerable. So not only that, but also the EMP. So I don't think that's too smart. Yeah, I like my old 76 truck and my 79 truck, because neither one of them have, you know, I got a 2-ton truck now and a 1-ton truck. And they're neither one of them have electronics in them, neither one. So I'll be fine driving those. Frozen World 13, 30-second, hit the like button. Thank you. Appreciate that, yeah. Then we got 35 in the house, but only 25 thumbs up, guys. So we'll use a few more of those. Jason says, I don't even know how to pronounce it, Jason. Yapon, Y-A-U. I don't know how to pronounce Y-A-U. P-O-N. I can get that part. Holly is a North American native plant that has caffeine in the leaves like tea. Check with your local landscape nursery. They're proper ornamental in many places. Wow. Now, see, Jason is really smart. I got to do him on the channel, maybe more than once. I just chatted with him about that. You know, maybe I need to put him on this channel and Galactic Grades, because he started chatting about, you know, talking about planning for what you got to do to set up a space habitat. That's a big Galactic Grades topic. But, you know, he does such things as he goes in and calculates, you know, how much he needs to grow to get the calories that he needs for his family. And all that, you know, he's looking at, you know, getting a proper balance of protein and carbs and all that other good stuff. So Jason is really good about that kind of stuff. And that makes, you know, and, you know, he's just, you know, he's practically a chemist, guys. Or maybe he is a chemist. But if you see the topics he covers, he's well researched. He knows what he's talking about. Jason, my fellow wizard, Jason, is a bright guy. He is a fellow wizard, you know. For those who don't know, this is Woden's Wooden Wand of Wonders. Is given to me by Gorgeous Awesome, among many other things they've gifted to me. So they may come in here tonight. They're usually expecting me later these days, but you know, the days are getting shorter, so it gets a little easier to come on at this time now. Especially since I didn't do the video I posted today, I did last night. If I'd done a video today, I might not have made this show. Anyway, so let's see here. Yeah, at Sassafras Red, good night. You going to bed already, Sassafras Red? I miss y'all, but I got to hit the hay to make hay in the early a.m. Much love and light. Okay, I see that. For the peoples and nations, we need to love one another. Amen to that. So, did anybody see my videos about East and West Wokistan? What do you think about that, guys? East and West Wokistan. Did I nail it? So thanks, Jason. Sorry I missed live. Been remodeling and garden. Yeah, well, I understand that. I've been busy myself, crazy busy. I'll never dislike a video that someone took time to present as just information for me to listen or use or disregard. There you go. Same here. There are operators in community of 10 or more that check in from time to time. Operators in community. Okay. Everything can be regenerated, says Catalana. And Josephine, sorry, Greg was joking. If you hit the dislike twice, it goes back off. Okay. So you can unlike, you can undo a dislike. Okay, good to know. Mr. Mayor Taylor Green, she's great. Okay, Mrs. Major. Okay, Mrs. Major Taylor Green. Hello, Barefoot Granny. What watershed are you in? Says Daniel. That's a good question. Frozen World says it was emojis that are used to. Sorry, they do that on Lee's channel. YT is reviewing. If too many emojis. Oh, so if you throw out a bunch of emojis, they automatically hold you for review. Okay. Pyramid 7, good to see you. Go to you. Barefoot Granny, there you are. No internet and will wake some zombies up. They might not be so friendly, especially when they get hungry there, Eddie Jetty. 2-shot Sally, I would enjoy the net going down. Don't tell my wife. Well, if we just had power to keep the nuclear power plants running, you know, that's the main thing. That's what scares me more than anything about the grid going down. Anyway, I want every watershed to have a council of 13 grandmothers. So one's a tie breaking, right? So you really have 12 with a tiebreaker. Oh, that's interesting, Daniel. I'm assuming that's a pretty good matriarchal society approach there, like a lot of tribes would have had. Interesting. If people couldn't use Google at all times and in all places, a good number of them will just shut down. Especially all these young kids. Internet. Grandmas aren't having it, says Kathleen. Okay. Yupon. Oh, Yupon. Okay, thank you, Justin. Yupon. Oh. Jason, I did do that to save some. So basically today I got 2 drinks. I got my hot coffee and cold tea. I don't put my coffee in this thing if I'm gonna be drinking it quick because I'll never cool down enough to drink. Anyway, Brian Britt, she got a bad rap, but she's defending America, in my opinion. So who are we talking about there, Brian? Daniel, we can go back to wet clay, smart tablets, and Morse code stylus. Yeah, smoke signals, internet smoke signals, or drums, you know. The natives beat some. Drum one place, the next one over, when they barely hit it, they start drumming. Drum the same thing. Next one over, they drum. And it will spread at the speed of sound, at least 700 miles an hour. Not too bad. So we just got to learn to drum in Morse code, right? And we'll have our own internet. Now, if we could drum in ASCII code, that would be rough. If we could start the Morse code, if we do, well, we could 1 and a 0. You just a Morse code for 1 and 0, and just drum out ASCII code. Just put whole strings of messages. The baud rate would be rather slow, though. So it would be rather slow, but hey, if you get the ideas, we send a lot of data, and just slowly. Go back to paying people in salt again. Well, that's quite a proposition. It does have a value, and the grid goes down, it's going to be worth a lot more. You know, it used to be a big thing to try to create salt, mine salt, and all that. Cuddy Proc, there you are, buddy. Hello, just to stop by and say hello and good night. Well, hello and good night. Hope you have a good day tomorrow. Cuddy always get started early. Rodney Braun, maybe someone should back engineer a car without a chip. Hey, I got 2 of them out there right now, 2 trucks. Well, I tell you now, it's got points and plugs, you know, and a carburetor. Have a carburetor, have points, have plugs, distributor cap, have coil. Well, I can tell you now, I know my way around the USA without maps. Bing, there you go. Don't need that GPS. You can get by without GPS, you're ahead of the curve. John O. Johnson, East and West Brokistan, yeah. East and West Wokistan is all going to lead the whole country into Brokistan. Spend so much money, throw it out, helicopter money. Seen every other video you put out. Well, thank you, Brian. Veteran Lee Wheelbarger's in the house, guys. Good evening, Greg and everyone. How you doing there, Lee? Check it out, guys. So let's see here. Frozen World. Lee's done a bunch of live shows. Lee was talking earlier about these Aurora we're going to go to space weather. They got a good picture of it there. Lee, if you got that link to the guy you was telling me about the pictures, just posted in the chat room here. I was looking for an email for you before I came on. It kind of threw me behind a little bit. Red Ragtop. Hello, how you doing there, Red Ragtop? So Bobby Arnett, North Shore Prepare is plugging you, bro. Good. All good. Oh yeah, yeah. North Shore Preparedness is a good channel, guys. And he comes in here sometimes in our chat rooms. You also find him a lot on Prepper Nurse One, Ed, Prepper Nurse One. And Ed grows gardens like I do, and he's a prepper. So a lot of appreciation to Ed and what he does covers. So Patriots, use your voices now. Yeah, we are in some rough times, guys. I gotta do some updates to our Freedom Restoration Foundation website. And we're not happy. True Americans are not happy. I drum an American Indian or Continental. I drum like an American Indian or Continental. There you go. Sandra, I got salt. I got some too. It's part of what you need to consider when you're prepping. What do you use on a daily basis? Don't just think about, well, I need, just 2 or 3 things, but everything you use, everything, anything and everything that you use, you need to have extra of, and a lot of it, as much as you can. What I meant, sorry, voice texting. Oh, all right. Sun rises in the east. Yeah, well, that it does. Yeah, have you ever noticed all these little news channels on YouTube, and even some on TV, that they always like to show the Earth rotating? The ones that really worry me are the ones that show the Earth rotating from east to west, going this way instead of this way. So okay, do I really want to watch your channel? You don't even know which way the world spins. You want to tell me news? You report world news, but you don't know which way the Earth spins. That worries me. I sent it to your Zello channel, but we'll find and post it here. Okay, good. I have my phone. I usually try to silence it before I do these videos, so I hadn't noticed if I got anything. I think it's on silence. I better make sure though. I keep it silenced a lot, and I usually forget to unsilence it. And I'm not even sure I got the Zello on at the moment. Because, it makes you be doing something and suddenly it starts talking. Kind of hard to handle when I'm on telecons at work, so I do shut that off from time to time. But Zello push to talk is great, and it gives you a chance to talk about stuff that you ordinarily can't talk about on platforms like this one. So, guys, I'm telling you, I can get on there and really say what's on my mind, and I've done that a few times, and we'll be doing some more of that. So, what do we got here? Sounds. Yeah, I'm muted. I've probably been muted all day. Probably from last night. Bob Dobbs, hope you're doing awesome at Green Greg's. Thank you. Well, my knees are killing me right now. That's the big thing. My knees are killing me. Mainly my left knee. It's got problems. I think my right knee has just been sympathetic because I've been leaning on it more lately to compensate. Now just catching up. The love is spreading. Much love, says Hank Davidson. Well, thank you. Frozen World, hit the thumbs up to help Greg. Yeah, please. Yeah, thank you very much. It really does help the platform. We got 56 people in the room, 47 thumbs up. A few more would be really good. Nick on the Forest. Hello. How you doing, Nick on the Forest? 2 tours in Gan. Oh, you've been over there twice. Wow. Hawk, maybe you should send me an email. I should get you on the channel and just talk about Afghanistan. Brian, Prep and Nurse channel, Ed, he's a nice guy. Yeah, he is. I have enough content, people. So I have enough content, people, my friends. So if I'm watching you, you're special. Yeah, Brian does a lot of gardening. He's got stuff going on up there. Garden, chickens. So you're a mess. Well, war does that to people. War does that to people. Do you have PTSD, Hawk? War messes your mind up. It's a terrible thing, guys. A lot of people romanticize war. There's nothing to be romanticized about it. It's always a horrible thing. Sometimes you have to do what you got to do, especially if you're defending yourself. Maybe sometimes preemptive might be defense. if you know somebody's about to hit you, you just want to sit there and let them hit you first, especially if that hit might do you in. Yeah, think about that. Green Greg, been taking glucosamine, seriously helped my inflamed knees. Bob, I had some. I got to get some more, but my knees hadn't been inflamed before. Did you see the link above, Greg? Oh, okay. Let me go up and see if I missed one of your inputs here. There it is. I'm gonna click that. I'm gonna do share. We'll go look at this. We're gonna go look at this. Oh, that's pretty. All right. Oh yeah, that's very active. I see that. So guys, we're gonna do a share. Share span. We're gonna go over here and look at what Lee just shared with us, guys. Like, oh, hate the way you zoom and I'm out of a blower thing. Every time I try to reach up and click something on a knob on one thing, the zoom controls go right down over it, and I accidentally click something on Zoom. I'm liable to end the video or something, just all at once. So just because I'm trying to click my stinking Google. All right, guys, watch this. Let's blow this up.
Yeah,
watch this. Hang on, watch this. This is Aurora from Fairbanks.
Still going, still going.
You see that white?
Oh, those are some colors and a half.
That's amazing. That's all the colors been combined when you got white. That's really bright. Very active.
Yeah, they are.
Very fast.
Orange too.
What?
Please do that overhead.
Wow. I've seen it overhead. I've seen it overhead.
I kind of wish I had my 50 on that.
I have
Jesus,
seen that over. Yeah, look at all the colors dancing around here, guys. I have seen this overhead. Wow, look at that. That all the reds.
Yeah,
It's rare.
there's no reason all of you shouldn't be doing video right now. It's bright as heck.
Yeah, that is bright.
Yeah, it's crazy. We have not seen it do this. Oh my gosh, that color. What even is that color? Still going, still going. Oh, those are some colors and a half.
Wow. Come on. Oh my goodness. That is
Yeah, they are.
awesome.
It's orange too.
That's freaking crazy. What the?
Please do that overhead.
Yeah, guys, that is amazing. That is an amazing aurora borealis. I lived in Alaska 2 years. I've seen them. The best one I ever saw looked like God had just poured the watercolors in the sky and took his hands and went wee, 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 everywhere. And if you were standing under that, it would probably look a lot like that right underneath it. So that's pretty amazing. Let's go over here and look at spaceweather.com while we're doing this. I'll show you a photo from spaceweather.com. Look at that, guys. See, that's usually when you see an aurora, typically it's a green veil hanging down, and they're not that fast moving around. That one had a lot of kinetics in it. So look at this, guys. That is a wild pattern right there. That is a wild pattern. That's almost directly overhead. When this guy took it, he's looking straight up. See the trees? That's right overhead. But even looking overhead, it's usually just a veil hanging down. That's a wild pattern right there. And it's probably moving around quite a bit. Look at these sunspots, guys. Look at 2866. That's huge, a huge pair right there. That could get interesting. It's not yet got right over to us, and it's growing. So everybody asked me what I think about the sun. Well, I think we need to stay tuned. That's what I think. So let's go here and look at asteroids. Look at this, guys. You know, they're really good at finding stuff after it passed us, or sometimes when it's about to come by us. We just had one pass today already. They came in within 0.1 lunar distance. Now, lunar distance is about 250,000 miles. So this is about the altitude of the geosynchronous satellites, which are about 22,000, 23,000 miles above Earth. Geosynchronous satellites, the higher you see, if you're in low Earth orbit, you're going around Earth about once every 90 minutes. The higher the orbit, the longer it takes to get around Earth. You're actually traveling faster, but the circumference has more distance in it that you're going around. So geosynchronous satellites going much faster, but because the speed of it and the circumference of the orbit, it matches where The orbit is once every 24 hours. So if you get it just right, that satellite sits over one spot on Earth the whole time it's there. But it's booking. I mean, Earth is spinning 1,100 miles an hour around its equator, you know. But out there at 20, you know, when you're 23,000 miles out, you know, you got a huge circumference. You are really making some speed to be covering that. And the moon, you know, the moon is going roughly what 25,000 miles an hour, I think. So I have to go back and double check that. And just that's the escape velocity to get there. Things coming back. So that's why I was thinking that's the speed. I have to double check that. I'm not. It's simple. All you got to do is figure out how long it takes to go around and look at the actual circumference of the orbit where it's at. So it's real simple math. Figure what the speed is. But this one came really close. The good thing is it was very small, 3 meters. Now, if it wasn't so fast, I would say it's probably a rocket part. This one might be a rocket part here. The velocity is slower. The slower the velocity, the more like Earth's orbit it's going to look, probably the more we'll see it. This one's probably got a very oblong egg-shaped orbit to it. And let's see here. So 3, 3, and 4 meters. These are all small. These two are coming by. That one and this one came by today. And this one's going to visit tomorrow, but it's further out, guys. That's the good news, but half a linear distance. They're still coming inside the moon. This one come inside the orbit of the moon. This one came inside the orbit of the moon. But this one came in around the orbit of the geosynchronous satellite. So it's about 10% of the way to the moon. Now we could click on these. Maybe we'll see the orbit of them if we click on them. This one has got the highest speed. So let's see what its orbit. Now look, all 21. Which means that they were discovered this year, probably just discovered. That's why they just made this list. Let's see what this guy is. What's his orbit look like? Okay. Now here's Earth's orbit. Yeah, so it's coming from outside almost the orbit of Mars and zip it in. So it's got about the same orbital velocity you'd need to go to Mars. Now, if you could hitchhike a ride on this, and if the time one was just right, it would take you to Mars almost, or at least to the orbit of Mars, but maybe not to Mars itself. So, okay. So let's go back and check some of these other guys. This is a great tool. I love it. We'll check the slowest one right here. This one's coming by tomorrow. I expect this orbit to look much closer to Earth's orbit. And it is, just like I said. Here, Earth's orbit's in blue. Look at this white line. And is that not close to Earth's orbit? What did I tell you? Because the velocity is much slower. That orbit is much like Earth's orbit. Check that out, guys. The blue is Earth. The white is this object here, which is 2021 RQ2. Oh, is it into R2D2? R2D2 comes from RQ2. Wow, guys. Yeah, this one would be an easy asteroid to mine, by the way, if it's not a piece of space junk. This is probably a piece of some rocket booster. Be quite honest. Wow, that might be a big piece. Let's go back and see what is it, 3 or 4 meters. What's the size of this thing? Oh, this one's 4 meters. Yeah, that could easily be a piece of a rocket right there. Easily, guys. This one probably not. This one might be a piece of rocket. Now it's coming a little faster, so its orbit's going to be go a little bit farther beyond Earth. Let's check this out. Exactly. See, don't go to Mars, but this orbit is a little bit more displaced. You see that, guys? You look at the velocity and know these things. So here's Earth, orbit blue. This one reaches farther out. It's not as close to Earth's orbit as the other one, but pretty close. If it were a asteroid, again, it'd be a lot easier to mine. Or, as a rocket relic, it might be easier to pick up. And you can still mine it because you can recycle the metals real easily from a rocket. This is all composite. But, that's the cool thing about this. If you kind of understand just a little bit about orbital dynamics, you can figure some of that stuff out. Now, guys, this one here is huge, 177 meters. We would not want that to hit us. Fortunately, its closest pass is going to be almost 4 lunar distances away. But that's still considered a close pass. And that's why this is a lighter color of orange or whatever. This one's 65 meters. That's a big chunk, and it is 4 lunar distances away too. So both of those are something to worry about. So let's look at 2021 NY1. This one might get us eventually, depending on how close to Earth's orbit is. Wow, no, this comes way out, guys. Don't go all the way to Jupiter, but it's way outside the orbit of Mars. So this thing has got an orbit that's somewhere out here in the asteroid belt, coming inside of Earth's orbit and coming back out. All right, if you hitchhike on this thing, it'll take you to the asteroids. If you just grab a ride on it, rendezvous with it, it will take you out to the asteroid belt. You can do all kind of mining out there. Of course, this object itself might be mineable if you can match the delta V it's traveling at. It's looking along pretty good, guys. So, all right, 9.4. That's interesting. 177 meters. That's big. Some other good sized ones here. Quite a few good sized ones down here, guys. So, yeah. Going to the asteroid belt. Well, that's why it's bright. Now, that one is an asteroid, no doubt. That is an asteroid. And so is this one, but, see what kind of orbit this guy has. Yeah, it's got a pretty oblique orbit there. It comes well inside Earth, so it goes almost to Venus. That, guys. Might hitchhike at that, take us part way to Venus, to Mars, and out into the asteroid belt. This guy comes from the asteroid belt too. That's what you expect of these larger ones. This one here is big, 123 meters. Check it out. Oh, 135. There's 135 meters down there too. Wow, guys. Check it out. This one we've known since 1996. We should know the bigger ones from longer back. Yeah, maybe just the inside the asteroid belt. Now it crosses the orbit of Venus. And something probably pushed it out of the asteroid belt, some gravitational disturbance, Jupiter, or something. Well, guys, it might took a hit from another asteroid along its line of travel, which might have decelerated somewhat, caused it to drop down into an orbit like that. Some would go the other way, go out toward Jupiter, maybe they got accelerated. All right, that's kind of interesting, guys. So let's see what they tell us about solar flares. So we'll find that chart on here. Where's it at? I don't see it. They drop it today. Here we are. All right, M class, 20% chance of M class. S class, 1%. That's pretty standard on there. They kind of leave it like that, I think. They just don't know what to think about an X class. And S class, there's various grades of X class now. The X class is like a certain magnitude and above. There's several different steps in the X class range. 20% active in mid latitudes. Well, that's interesting. Mid latitudes. So severe, they're only saying 1%. So I'm not expecting anything severe. High latitudes. Now, how can active at mid latitudes be 20 and only 15 at high latitudes? I don't know. That don't make a lot of sense to me. But they got minor and severe and a very higher number here, 25%. And you can see that really if you look up here where the aurora is actually at right now, where the intensity is. So you're up here in very northern Canada, or South Baffin Island, look south and see it. Greenland. So it's really intense over Greenland right now, in this area right here. So check that out. All right, let's see what the weather's done. Let's go to windy. First, let's go over here. Larry. Here's Hurricane Larry. It's pretty intense, this guy's Hurricane Larry. Is this Mindy? There's a storm down here projected called Mindy. Oh, what happened? I just hit, I hit a different indice. Let's see. Let's take it. What control did they have? That's hit this. Oh, that's the pressure. So bars. Oh, wow, look at this, guys. play around with these things with these different pressures. It shows you different things. So let's go to look at rain instead. So I guess this is Mindy down here. Got some rain going up the Appalachians right now. I saw it coming over the plains, but it was missing us down here. We're finally turning dry. Finally. This is supposed to be our dry season. Farmers are happy because they had a good wet growing season. It's starting to get dry now, so they're starting to really harvest corn. Guys, here's a storm right here. Check the tropics out. Yeah, this is where storms are usually launched off the west coast of Africa. Usually come up this way, form, spin out in different directions. There have been storms generated right in the Gulf of Mexico. Nothing. This is hot waters here. As the Gulf Stream shuts down and the heat will build up, and we might get more. We might see more storms in this area, more intense storms possibly. So one thing I like to do is look at rain. Let's see, where's it at? If we can see the several days. That's out. Rain accumulation, there that is. Next 10 days. All right, Texas looks like you're getting some rain. Right up in mid-Texas. Needing rain up there to the north. Oh yeah, this area's here been parched. I guess it'd been better if they could have got this in the growing season. I always get a good bit of rain. Maine's got the rain. Hey, New Days, Old Ways, are you watching? We're gonna get some rain. And finally, a little bit on the west coast, at least Oregon. They don't look very heavy, but they can use all they can get. California, not much giving relief to California down here. They got a little rain in this region when Nora came up through here. But this area here is really, really dry. Maybe some of this is spread and send some moisture over there. This is the equatorial band right here. Just watch this, guys. This goes all, it tends to go all the way around the world, this equatorial area. Look at this, guys. Is that something? It scans the equator, basically. So yeah, you probably ain't getting any of that, California, unless there's some major disturbance kick a little bit up at you. I'm sure you'd like that, but I don't see that in the cards. National Hurricane Center. Move that map. There, Mindy and Larry. Where's Mort? We need a Mort to go with Mindy, right? Mindy's just a tropical storm. Larry is a hurricane, as you can see. Maximum sustained winds, 105 miles an hour. So Bermuda, watch out. All right, here's a neat little site here, astronomyonline.org. Oh, the lady's dusting. I actually think of interstellar dust. The maids ponder interstellar dust. Dusting. I got a Soho in there somewhere. So this is let's see. I clicked on this because I was looking at Soho. Bumped me out of it, so I have to go back and find it. One of the pages is just on Soho. So that by looking up here, observation. Oh, I'll have to explore this some more in the future, guys. I had it dialed into Soho and somebody knocked it off. Thanks. Science out there. I'm going to show you that's a Twitter thing. And here we are. I keep it here. We won't get really nested views on that. So I'm going to stop the share. Hello. How's everybody doing? All right. I'm going to go back and read the chat room. Dobbs says, hope you're doing awesome. All right, so I'm back where I was reading earlier. Probably got tons of comments. Capilano says, I go around helping people prep. That's a good thing to do. In some way or another, move on. Now I'm in an empty house trying to convince people to prep. We have millions in the bank. Wow. Yeah, those millionaires might be the zombies of the future. They'll come to eat you because they'll be starving. They'll be poor then. The money won't help them. All right. Pray for me, says Hawk. Okay, Hawk. Do a prayer tonight. I had a friend who served excuse me, I'm drinking coffee. 4 tours between Iraq and he was actually former boss in Afghanistan, mostly Iraq in the war. And then Afghanistan, when Iraq calmed down, the military sent him on 3 tours. He was actually in the reserve, Army Ranger Reserve. And he had a day job with my company. And as long as he was traveling for the military reserve, we could, like that would require him. But finally, he decided he opted for a, what's the name of that organization? Black, oh shoot, I'm getting brain locked right now. The organization that went over the private mercenaries, basically Blackwater. And he was hired by them to go over there on a 4th tour. And he made a ton of money, but he got, the company had to dismiss him because it wasn't covered by the government. They actually did hire him back after he got back though, but he was strung out, so they actually fired him, and he committed suicide a few months later. Real sad. Big, tall guy, huge guy, felt like a linebacker. So it was a very, very sad thing. I lost Mike that way. So anyway, he had some serious PTSD. He really shouldn't have took that 4 tour. It really messed him up. So he was probably already messed up. So he might have taken it because sometimes, that stuff don't, while you're in it, it don't really come to you until you get out of it, right? When they're back in the civilian world and all these things start flooding back in your mind, it really hits people. Really thought, wow, that's amazing, beautiful, says Bob Dobbs. That's not a good sign in the sky. No, it could be a bad sign. I'm sure Bart Lazar was just texting aliens. Hey, there's somebody comes in this channel named Bob Lazar, by the way. I see the, I want to go back. State Department stops all operators. Yeah, they're not letting anybody go there to, oh yeah, I think red is nitrogen. Nitrogen, oxygen. I get confused. Maybe oxygen, actually. Yeah, I think it is oxygen. I think green is nitrogen. It is oxygen. I'll go back and look. Doc, or DGC Weedner. Cheers, everyone. Soulseye. How you doing, Soulseye? Wow, those are, I hope to see those one day. Well, go further north, and you probably will. I think radiation. Catalina, it's the problem is it's the threat to our power gets too strong. This swamp gas, says Eddie Jetty. Oh, Hawk wants to go back. And a lot of people were trying to get back in there and rescue people, and the State Department was stopping. But Bob, you used to get Aurora down south here in Alaska. Not in a few years, though. Well, he is in the southern part of Alaska, on Kodiak Island. So we used to call that the banana belt when I was up in the interior Alaska. So yeah, well, we've been in a solar minimum of a grand solar minimum, but this cycle might be especially active because of the short transition period between the 2 cycles. Sometimes that squeezes them, apparently they get more active than normal. So we may be in a grand solar minimum. We may have a very active spot in it according to some scientists. Now, we don't know yet. We'll find out soon enough, though. But the sun is seeming to be fairly active for where we're at right now. Swamp gas mixing with cow flatulence. Yeah. All right, Frozen World. Lee, has anyone checked on Gracie and Mercy? I'm headed to PS Friday. Okay. Tammy Shirt. I seen them in Labrador, Newfoundland. They move like angels in the air above you. Can't touch. Yeah. Yes, for Sunspot, says Kathleen. Lynn Beck financed a ton. My retired brothers. I want to go back. Yeah, he got grounded though. Specifically, he was one of the ones that got grounded. Actually, there's a whole. I could do a whole nother video on the guys left behind. Last video that I did on that didn't do so well though. But definitely, that's weight on my heart, guys. It's awful that we left so many people behind. The State Department's claiming there's just maybe 100 over there. Well, I think it's a whole lot more, maybe 1,000 or more, maybe 2,000, and 100 is too many. That's 100 too many. Got to remember, the Iranian hostage crisis was 52 individuals held for 444 days. We have no idea what's going to play out of this yet. No idea. The Astro today was 0.5 linear distance. Well, there was one that came in at 0.1. I think tomorrow's is 0.5. Yeah, if you go back there and look at that. Brian Friend, oops, he said, I'm trying to be good. There you go, Brian. Thank you. Thank you. Granny Lana, how you doing, Granny? Here's my mug from Granny, guys. Oh, and she sent me a nice Hamilton Beach coffee maker, but apparently it was subject to infant mortality, which is sometimes when the system is brand new, parts will fail early. It was destined to fail, and it actually failed on me. Well, she went back to Amazon and had them send me another one. Apparently it was in the warranty, but it took her time to do it. So salute and thank you, Granny. Thank you so much. And look here, you see that? That's a Space Force. She got that so that people could understand what this emblem is up here. It's the same thing. New Days, Old Days is in the house. I was talking about you. I was going to Maine. Evening, folks. Hope everyone is well. The Milky Way is beautiful night view from northern Maine. Okay, I bet it is. But you can get some rain in Maine according to the forecast I saw. Oh, what does that mean? I'm a shock and awe and an Afghan tour vet. What do you mean by that statement? Oh, Frozen World. He's seen some action. Maybe too much for it. Sometimes it's real hard to handle that stuff, guys. Hard to handle it. All right, Brian, you got a message to lead by old as dirt. So be careful what you say, man. Good evening, Greg and people, says Chewy. Well, good to have you here, Chewy. You might have missed my little weather coverage there. Yeah, remember, we're family friendly. Love you all playing nice. That's right. We're a family channel here, guys. Watch what you say. The aliens might want to mine us for parts, Greg. Uh-oh. I don't know what they want in us. Guys, there's so much resources in space and like an asteroids. I mean, anything you imagine that you would want is out there. So why in the world would they come down here to mine us? Yeah, well, actually, I think maybe just us that they're interested in. It's the wetware. We talk about hardware and software. Maybe wetware is something that takes their fancy. What movie, Brian? Few days says, I was doing better. I have to slap myself. You know, I've said that before. So if I was doing better, I have to kick myself. Reading there, good to see everyone. Frozen World calls. I want to go back every day because it's hard sometimes out here in the world. And I feel where you're coming from. We misfits, I guess, cause we fail. That's how I feel. You work so hard for that. Oh, Frozen World. Lee Wilbar, did you go out? Now you're back. Is that it? He says, hello. The horses are checked on every day, but thanks anyway. There you go. See a flaming object fall across the Cook Inlet. Lots of billowing white smoke, but no aircraft or boats looking. That could have been a piece of space junk. You know, sometimes they burn up the atmosphere. They'll leave a lot of smoke sometimes. That's probably space junk. I've seen space junk come in. And I've seen a lot of meteors and asteroids too. Well, not asteroids, meteors. It's around, it's a meteorite. It's a meteor if it's a flash in the sky. So usually it's burnt. Most of them are just the size of grains of sand. But bolide is a little bigger, but it'll have to be a lot bigger. Space junk can really burn spectacularly. My wife had asteroids. All right, Justin. Be careful there. Frozen World. Okay, Lee, just make sure. Says Frozen World. Yeah, I'm sure Lee takes good care of his horses. He's got cameras in there too. Let's see. Okay, I've got to keep on my 9/11 show. See you guys later. Thank you, Lee. Appreciate you being here. So Lee's going to start a show he's working on toward 9/11. Looking forward to seeing you. 22 show. Lee says new days always. She meant to hit 9/11. Let's not. Off one, right? On the keypad. Let's see. Typing in the dark is a pain. Yeah, no kidding. So I just jumped back and I did that. What did I mess here? Woden's weatherman says 2 shots. There you go. Wow. I just get way down here in the chat room. I'm behind. I'm really behind. Holy smoke. Didn't realize I was that far behind in the chat room, guys. I'm way behind here. What people putting in here. Trying to read everything, but maybe I shouldn't. It takes me a long time to read through all this stuff. Bob Dobbs is up in Alaska. So it makes me kind of jealous. I love Alaska, guys. It's beautiful. The question, what was Bill and 7 taken down with? Good question. If I try to talk that, I would probably get banned from the platform, though. That's a verboten topic. So I will leave that for you guys to speculate on. There are certain topics that are called out in an agreement that you guys sign to use this platform. And I think that's one of them. Storm hit Toronto today. Hey, you know where I can talk about it? Zello, Lee's network there. We're going to leave Will Bartow's got a network on Zello, so it's a good network. Arnold Schmidt, remember, folks, that this is a family-rated show. Any disrespectful comments will be removed. Thank you. Thank you. Let's be careful what we say and ask on here. Don't be disrespectful to other people. But also remember, this platform is not a freedom of speech platform, unfortunately. Let's see. Tammy Shirt says affected 1,300 customers in the end. Some will be without power overnight still. Whoa, Tammy, I must have missed your earlier comment on that. So we have 13,000 out of power because of the solar storm. This one? Where? I think I'll get back down to that. Maybe passengers, right? Maybe. All right, now be careful what we say. Be careful, guys. Watchmen, Israel's situation is getting tense, folks. There's not enough manpower to control the civil unrest on the Islamic front. Oh my God, there's so many topics to hit, guys. I've been out of commission the last few days. They're saying that Iran is now just a matter of a couple of weeks and never build a bomb. That is something that Israel says they would never allow it to happen. They'll never allow them to get to that point. So are we 2 weeks away from a major war between Israel and Iran? Also, the Afghans are talking about taking Kashmir away from India. They have plans in conjunction with Pakistan to take Kashmir from India. This could cause a war real soon between India and Pakistan. And we've talked about how that would have nuclear winter implications right here. A war between Pakistan and India could make you starve to death, freeze to death. It could cause grave damages right here. So they're a world away, but we're all connected. We're all on the same planet and atmosphere, just a thin skin above it. So we got to watch it, guys. Let's hope this don't happen. But I've always said that was the most probable spot of a nuclear war. Of course, now that we got so much tension with China, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'm a couple hours east of Belleville, more above New York and Lake Ontario. Okay. So you've had power loss out there. Well, you know, Quebec, there was a Quebec hydro event in 1989. Wiped out Quebec and parts of our country too. And that event also caused some transformers to get fried in other areas where the grid didn't get taken down. But that hit at nighttime, by the way, or in the wee hours of the morning. A lot of people have this mistaken impression that, you know, an EMP or solar thermal mass ejection won't affect you at night. Wrong. Because it comes into the magnetosphere of Earth, not directly on Earth like sunlight. So it can go anywhere on Earth. I mean, the magnetosphere. I'll buy that for $1, says Brian. What are we buying? Four Corners Report says, good evening, Green Grass. Well, thank you, Four Corners Report. And Four Corners Report has a channel too, guys. Let's see. Hey, buddy, how the heck are you? This is Frozen World 2. I think Four Corners, right? Let's see here. Doing great here, he says. I'm happy to be back. I love conversations. That's my persuasion. All right, Brian. Brian got hidden from the channel, but I've let him come back. He promised me he would play nice. But he was actually pretty generous. I noticed he gave me, he actually sent a donation to me through my website. And maybe that was to encourage me to put him back on the channel. He didn't have any text associated with it. I didn't know that. Tonight he told me over in one of Jason Avery's chat room that he was banned. I went looking, sure enough, I saw that. So Myrtle Base had great northern lights. Myrtle Base, northern lights? I think that would be Aurora Australis, right? That would be southern lights. If we're getting northern lights in Myrtle, we're in trouble. Joe Biden now giving money to Lebanon. Yeah, I've heard that already. Pancakes are good for apocalypses. They even cook them over a campfire if you know how to make a campfire, guys. All right. BRB, AFK getting water. AFK. Pinball Preparedness read a letter somebody had wrote about the looting, the gas, the theft, the looting, and more of the media is not covering. Media don't cover hardly anything. All they want to cover is just political news. If you have some comfort, you can make a poultice. I don't have any comfort though. Would that help with arthritis? Yeah, I wonder if it's related to the wreck, but I don't know. Because that left knee had an operation on it earlier. Of course, it could have made it worse. Sandra, I'm realizing I don't need that kind of toxic in my life, says Canyon. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm still way up here. I got a lot of catching up to do. Yeah, but I know you've been seeing the northern lights in Maine. I need to go out and see if I can see them from here. Sometimes they get real super active, but I don't like that it's down this area toward the space weather. I have on 2 or 3 occasions seen the northern lights that can do north. They'll be, if you're strong enough to see them here, they'll be red. Prepper community, the only ones that are admitting America is not unsinkable. Yeah, we're the ones that don't have our head in the sand. That's why, because we got our eyes wide open and head on a swivel. We're seeing stuff and nobody else wants to look at because their head's in the sand. But we ain't got our heads in the sand. So, angry prepper Jason gets pretty angry. But he knows it's all unraveling. Yeah, well, that's true too. Awesome mug, says Bob Dobbs. Yeah, Granny Lana. She gave me this mug and a coffee maker to boot. Probably thousands of people left behind in Afghanistan, women, children. Yeah, no kidding. Our motto was leaving no one left behind. So we leave behind thousands. Yeah, it's awful. It is awful. Granny says, "You're welcome, Greg. Thank you for your time, Ken." Let's see. 78. What's the 78 for? I'm missing something here. Well, we got 84 thumbs up now. That's good. People cycle through these views. So a lot of times the people that are, one of these programs might get 1,000 views while I'm online, and you never have more than 1 or 200 people in the room at one time. So, you really would hope that the thumbs up count is way above the people in the room count as you progress in time. Greg Wolf says, probate. Paul Begley is in cahoots with Mike from around the world, and they're using bad happenings to make money. Could be. Yeah, Mike from around the world is goofy. He's just goofy. President was asking on me. Okay. The reason I asked is because they were talking about the sun and saw the weather he's been preaching for the last 3 years about. Knocking around the world nuts. Amy shirt webcam only do so much. If you don't see, you can, oh yeah. Probably already mined, then asteroids fill in a hole with water. Well, we can detect there's a lot of assets out there, a lot of lots of things. Let's see here. I think I just scrolled down too fast. Shoot, I hate when it does that. Just touch it and just zip. I'm pass a lot of comments. I'm trying to catch everybody's comments here, guys. I'm back. A debris field that is 2 miles wide and many years deep. Oh, yeah. Are you talking about that debris field of asteroids that they've been talking about? No, I did a video on that back over a year ago. Who was Steve Benoon last summer of last year was saying, come September, nobody, September, October, no one on Earth will be able to deny the Nibiru is coming. Everybody will be able to see it, and all the asteroids will be hitting us. So there'll be an asteroid storm. And I did a video that says, no, Nibiru comes not this way. You're not right. You're wrong. Before that day came. And I was right. And I explained it all in the video. So check that out, guys. So us misfit tools, conservative American loving conservative, says Brian. Yeah, that's why I did the video, my last video, and I called it Indian Territory here in the middle of the country. All Indian Territory. They want to put us all on a reservation. Good luck with that. It's not happening. That's good news. We outnumber them, and we got more power than they got. They think they have power. They just think they do. Because they got all that funny money, all that fiat currency, which ain't gonna be worth 2 cents when everything goes down. Greg, I wonder how the Squatches survived the last pole reversal. Apparently, it was rough on the Neanderthal. I think that might have led to their extinction. For the last excursion 42,000 years ago, a full reversal. So, good question. Maybe all that hair helps them out. Because one of the biggest things is UV, ultraviolet, kills a lot of stuff. They got so much hair, maybe it blocks the UV. Of course, maybe it's like the hunker in caves. We hugged the tree and said, oh, okay. Those were heck, guys. Thank you on behalf of Greg, 77 with 56 here at Austin. Well, thank you. Hi to Soilheads. I'm a deli worker. It makes my electric bills. Okay. That works. Got a granddaughter that works in a deli right down the road from me. Rosemore, honestly, Greg deserves it. Like you said once before, these people just walking through the forest, not showing anything. But he's bringing you real proof. It's scientists. You just made some love. I bring people on my channel, guys. I bring you generals, ambassadors. I can bring you scientists, engineers right here. This channel, engineers and science folks on Galactic Greg too. So I got the connections, These people will tell you, I know somebody in the Pentagon, or I got connections to Intel. I'll just put them on the channel, guys. Yeah, look, I brought y'all Ambassador Hank Cooper, who ran a major department in the Pentagon for Ronald Reagan, the SDIO, Strategic Defense Initiative Organization, aka Star Wars. So, yeah, that was a major department. So, had him on the channel. Probably get him back here for too long. Yeah, something else I want to talk to him about. We managed to line up our schedules. Let's see, the Watchman, if you could do rewind button after it all happened, you'd realize it was a moral decline of America. Yeah, we've been in a moral decline. There's no doubt about that. Israel will be forced to use, could be. Don't know yet. Thank you, Bob. He says, Greg is wise and kind, lots to learn from green wizards. Wizard just means wise, guys. Wise guys. Oh, that's what the yeah, wise guy. Remember the Three Stages. Oh, you're a wise guy, eh? Three Stages. Let's see, ain't no good stuff on TV anymore. All right, was that two? Husband's unit went out from CFB Beta Wawa. I don't know what that is. Granny. Well, thank you, Granny. Being with Bob. We're definitely stuck on a reservation. That's how they want it, Dan. But you know what? We're waking up. One of the key things to it is to wake up. So that, we've got to wake people up so they know that. Most people think that I saw a thing where somebody was talking about a fly trap. He said, well, this trap is just a bag of caca of, let's say, manure, stinking, whatever. And it said that it's awful. The flies get in there and they're trapped. So they're great for trapping flies. And he said that they don't even know it's full of what when they get in there, or they can't get out because we're having such a good time with all that what, which is what they like, right? So he said it's like the world today with these kids, and he was compared it to socialism and all that kind of stuff. So it's a trap. You get into it, you don't get out. To you, it smells good. Hey, did you notice that even Xi Jinping is limiting the young people in China to only 3 hours of games per week, and no more effeminate guys on TV there. Wow. So they're changing everything. So the people in this country who like to back communism might find that once communism is in power, they may not fare so well. Typically a revolution like that always rides on the backs of people who were disaffected in society. So it's the people that are normally considered misfits, although we all probably are, especially in the society we have today. But they typically get rid of the people that put them in power once they get their power solidified. That's a scary thing. So all these people trying to push to establish socialism, communism here, better watch what you're pushing for. There may not be room for you in that system once it takes over, if it's allowed to do so, which we hope it don't. But they changed quite a bit. Yeah, but Mortal-based Northern Lights was a joke. Well, thank you. 2 shots. South Pole, Northern Lights. There you go. So I caught it. It's not him. Coca-Cola commercials got polar bears and penguins together. There's a problem with that. Somebody tell me what the problem with that is in the notes. Why should you not see polar bears and penguins playing together unless you're in a zoo? How many polar bears have seen penguins? How many penguins have seen polar bears in the wild? There's a question. And Jason, you don't answer because I know you know the answer. Somebody else. In the wild, how many polar bears have seen penguins and how many penguins have seen polar bears outside of a zoo in the wild? Not watching TV. And polar bears, they like to go in the igloos and watch TV, Oh yeah, people in Alaska don't live in igloos anymore. They might make them when they're out hunting or something. Wow, somebody got deleted a lot. Webcams chat. Oh, that should be deleted. Oh my gosh. Guys, whatever that is, hide them from the channel. That should not be in this channel. That is awful. Somebody's promoting porn in here. We don't do that. Yep, Brian, you're right. Hacker. That's very invasive. Hope somebody has. Okay. Thank you, New Days Always. She did it. She hit them. Oh my gosh, that's awful. That is awful. That even looks like it might be illegal child stuff. That's PDO. That's disgusting. So thank you, New Days. That is disgusting. That's skin crawl. Somebody coming here putting that kind of stuff on my channel. How hideous. How hideous. You guys know the artificial intelligence YouTube chat people are insanely lifelike. We're going to have a computer attack on top of a terrorist attack. Wow, we may have so much coming at us. Guys, we may get the disease in China that is designed to be having affinity for certain races. Because they've been researching that by their own admission. We're talking a possible, takedown of our power grid. CFB is Canadian Forces Base. Okay, Canadian Forces Base. All right, that's Canadian acronym, Tammy. So it's not something I'm that familiar with. I've been through Canada. I've driven. The first time through Canada, I drove from Alaska through the Yukon Territory, down into British Columbia, crossing over into Alberta, and then back into British Columbia. And I drove down the Fraser River Canyon, which is beautiful, into Vancouver. Oh yeah, I remember on the Alcan, Alaska Canadian Highway. They call it the Alcan. Particularly an area, a community called Destruction Bay. It was Trutch Mountain. Oh my God, it was a breakup. That thing was nothing but 2 ruts you can drive in, and everything else is mud. So if you get outside the rut, you were stuck at the bottom. And everybody on that mountain was using CBs to coordinate how they moved, especially for those few cars that didn't have a CB. There's one time I had a CB for a trip, and it was valuable, especially right there on Trutch Mountain, guys. I think that was the name of it, Trutch Mountain. And I'm talking about from 1983. So I'm doing April, thanks to slow. I am doing April. What do you mean I'm doing April? Yeah, I haven't done my taxes yet, so maybe I haven't done April yet. I might still be in March. Son is deaf and he thinks the country owes him a living. Not here, Dad is retired, okay? Yeah, a lot of people think they're owed money. Guys, you're not owed breath in your lungs. So, got to go, guys. Take care, says the watchman. Well, thank you for being here. Give me cliff notes on how to be a state senator. Oh, yeah. Just watch Joe Biden. Polar bears in the north, penguins in the south. That's right, Jesse. That's right. Polar bears in the southern hemisphere, around the southern pole and around Antarctica. Polar bears are in the Arctic, which is the northern hemisphere. They don't ever see each other in the wild. All those tons of commercials that show like they're playing together all the time. Coca-Cola commercials, when Coca-Cola. Yeah, I'm not getting any Coca-Cola anymore, guys. on my bad list. Crypto information. Hi, Greg. Greetings from Walker, Louisiana. Finally got power back running on an AT&T tether currently. Wow. How many people down there without power? Yeah, probably ought to go to the power. There's a website I could go to see power outages. Tammy, I blocked it as soon as I seen it come up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All this dirt always beats me to the corn crap. Oh, well, she's sharp. That's good. We got to keep that stuff out. We don't want that in this chat room at all. Nowhere near it. Anybody throwing at us has got to be hidden from the channel. They're gone forever. Forever. Well, she lied, says Duke Cruz. Well, there's all kind of stuff now showing that, yeah, a lot of stuff he said just ain't what he said. So, you know, maybe he should be tried. Yeah, he's the highest paid official in the federal government. The highest paid person in the federal government. President don't make the money he makes. What a travesty. Oldest dirt. I'm staying for a bit, Granny. Long day and another tomorrow. I'm sticking in here for a while. Thank you there, Oldest Dirt. Oldest Dirt is good. He's also a good mod. Catches a lot of stuff. Wuhan Labs had lots of bats during inspection. Also surrounded, supposed to be the U.S. funding. Yeah. But U.S. funding apparently was part of it, and Fauci was apparently part of that. But, you know, here's another thing, though. The way they covered up how that when it got loose over there and didn't tell everybody, China intentionally covered stuff up. That's enough to sign them liability. Granny says, I think you can delete forever, Greg. Yeah, you hide them from the channel. You hide them from the channel, they're gone. Just apparently humanized mice. Ew, that's gross. Yeah, they're putting human genes and stuff like that. Well, guys, somewhere between 50 to 70% of our population is now GMO. GMO people. GMO crops and GMO people, grab them by the nose and lead the sheeple. Yeah, I can make a song out of that, kind of like their old army cadences. Hold your nose and bow your head. We are marching by the dead. That's what we'd say when you pass some other unit, just kind of get their attention, you know. It's kind of a real put down. Hold your nose and bow your head. We are marching by the dead. I remember that. And anybody here been in the military? I know a couple were in here earlier that are veterans. Y'all still say that? We had a lot of stuff we used to sing. I'm not going to repeat a lot of it here. I hid them from the channel. Thank you, New Days Always. I saw that. You did. Bah, bah. Sheep. That's right. That's right. Yeah, I finally caught that down the end of the chat room, guys. I replaced it after work. The Dimco guy came back, held a flashlight for me 2 hours. Mama's so happy right now, says Crypto. Well, what's that all about? All right. Sound off. 1, 2. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, cadence delayed, cadence count. 1, young soldier. 2, you better do your best. 3, before you find yourself. 4, no less. Hit it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I like it here. I love it here. I won't say that. I hope I got it right. I haven't said that 40 years. Trying to bring it back. Let's see. Wow, that says Brian. 3, 4 says 2 shots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. C-130 rolling down the strip. Airborne daddy gonna take a little trip. Stand up, hook up, shuffle to the door. Jump right out and count to 4. If my chute don't open wide, I got another one by my side. If that one should fail me too, I'll move your, I'm coming through. Hey, all the way. I want to be an airborne ranger. Exactly 2 shots. I want to go to Vietnam. I won't sing the rest of it. 2 shots, knew where I was going with that. Obviously, you've been there, you've sung it. Yeah, exactly. That's part of it. You knew where I was going. I want to be an airborne ranger. Hey, anybody ever heard the song Blood and the Risers? Glory, glory, what a way of it to die. Yeah, it's a bloody song. But if you got to face combat, that kind of humor kind of fits in. It's kind of gets you conditioned. You got to be mentally conditioned for that kind of stuff. Yeah, we should never have anybody in our chat that's named Webcam's Chat. We'll never see them again. I hope they'll come back to something else. Yeah, Tammy, we would say, well, that's an army. What's that? 10 hut. That's a locker. Attention. Let's see. He's good, says Brian. Yeah, I've been in army. My dad was a paratrooper in World War II. So was mine, Sandy. So was mine. Paratrooper in World War II. And you know what? Maybe your dad and my dad knew each other then. It's possible. It is possible. Apparently, I did that with my son and 3 grandkids 2 years apart. Okay. Tammy, they say that in the army, the trucks are mighty fine. Went around the corner, left wheels behind. Oh, I don't want to. Oh, I don't want to know more army life. Gee, mommy, I want to go back to Ontario. You'd have someone make like, gee, ma, I want to go home. There ain't no use in looking down. There ain't no discharge on the ground. There ain't no use in going home. Jody's got your gallon gone. I need coffee, says April. Hey, I was on the Canadian infantry. Tammy, you was in the infantry in Canada? Holy smoke, really? 2 shots. Infantry scout, airborne air assault with a Ranger tab, turn chip. All right, well, salute to you. And your icon there shows a salute. Definitely a salute to you. That's our song. Oh, we had a bunch of them. I couldn't sing here. A bunch of them were racing. I won't be singing them on this channel. My dad was caught when he jumped to Anzio Bay POW for 15 months. Wow. Sound off, says Tammy. You left, you right, you left, right, left, you military, you left. Turned up my living room into a garden for winter. I'm amazed I was able to root squash vine. Yeah, she sent me pictures. She rooted squash vine. Well, we'll have to see if it takes. Squash stems are very delicate, they're hollow. Just be careful how you put that in the dirt and not crush it. Let's see if it's viable. If you make that viable in the soil, that is worthy. That's worth a video right there. My dad was stationed in the Aleutians. He was a snow bunny. Yeah, it was part of what was known as the 1,000-mile war over the Aleutian Islands, guys. Get back at that. And, the Japanese took U.S. territory. We had battle on American territory with the Japanese and Aleutian Islands. And it was an interesting, rough battle, by the way, guys. So, Tammy, my daddy, ex-military too, ex-husband, just retired. Many tours. All right. So you got it in your blood there, Tammy. Absolutely. Yeah, I was there. I joined the Army. I joined for 3 years. It stayed 9 months to bring my family up to Alaska because we had the company tour. Where I was at, it was a 2-year tour. Most places it was longer, but really used to consider it a hardship tour. So their tours were shorter. I don't know if it's still classified as a hardship tour. Wrote to Fort McCoy early on and told them the president. Yeah, you're gonna be saying that, Brian. Don't use words like that for the. Yeah, what's what you're saying, Brian? They don't use words that are not family friendly, guys. Oldest Dirk grandson was still in health issues. Waited 2 years and up into the Army for. If you had an Army, I spent 2 years in the Army National Guard, Alabama Army National Guard. Tammy, 5 foot nothing, and just as much hair. Well, that's interesting, Tammy. That's interesting. Had to get up early. Oh yeah, the deal was in the Army at 4 o'clock. You might be out on. You might have just done a 25-mile road march. As soon as you got back from the road march, you had to clean your weapons. I don't care if you got back at midnight. It was 2 o'clock when you got done cleaning everything and turned in. At 4 o'clock, you were going to get up instantly. Army, Navy, Marines in this family are old as dirt. I mean, at 4 o'clock in the morning, you might have been in bed 2 hours, and you might have marched your off. At 4 o'clock, suddenly the drill sergeant is beating. Back then we had the metal garbage cans. He's beating the devil out of those metal garbage cans that sounds like screaming. The lights come on at the exact same time he starts hitting those garbage cans. And if your feet don't hit the floor when them lights come on, you're in a heap of trouble. I mean, a heap of trouble. I saw a drill sergeant go to a bunk. One got it, one got out of bed. He threw the whole bunk over. That guy screamed. He just screamed. He just walked over, and the guy was on the top bunk. He just threw the whole thing over on the floor. I mean, you know, I slept on the top bunk too, and I just had this like built-in reaction. And I would actually usually sleep on top of my bed. I already had, you know, everything full tight, so all I had to go through is make a couple of adjustments so it would pass the inspection. I kept my stuff tight. But I tell you what, it was like that. I mean, I had an instant built-in reaction. As soon as 4 o'clock hit, I just jumped out of bed, feet on the floor. It was like just automatic ping. And that's what kept me out of trouble. Joe Biden is milk toast. Okay, that's okay to say that. Right? Definitely. Crumbly old wet soggy piece of milk toast. Crumbly on one side and soggy on the other. Buster, when they say really, but yeah, 4 a.m. no matter. Yep, 4 a.m. was the magic time. Your feet better be on the floor. 4 a.m. sharp. When I went to enlist, the recruiter was something else. I don't doubt it. Hey, I got my recruiter back. I sold him an old truck. Probably got a good deal though. 58 Ford F1. Frankly, I wish I had it now. So I stayed in the fire department. Okay. Kevin South, do you know much about Vent Hill Farm Station? No, I don't know. All right. Yes, happy all our chats have been seen. Very personal experience today. Makes you feel closer. Yeah, we're family guys. We're talking family stuff here. Kind of getting to know each other better. Yeah, the military is definitely an experience, especially basic training. It's supposed to be hard. I mean, what else you get captured by the enemy? They're not going to be nice to you. You need to be conditioned to handle it. And that's why, you know, I think basic is good. You know, they should be tough on you. They should be hard on you. Because if you can't handle basic training, you're not going to handle in a POW. In a POW is way worse than basic training. So when they're trying to break you, get you to disclose all kind of information about your units and everything that they'll use against you. And so people can die if you break, if you're easy to break by the enemy. You need to be tough. Brian, how you have your algorithms? I have my codes for political speech. Just make sure you use codes, Brian. As old as Dirt says, much better. Yeah, milk test, that works. We know what it is. Let's see here. Even us Canucks, says Tammy. All right, so yeah, but yeah, hey, like I said, I drove down through Western Canada, crossed the Canadian Rockies 3 times, on a 21-foot travel trailer with a little Ford F100 with a 303 engine and a little C4 transmission. But I put a transmission shift kit in before I traveled down, so they hold their back. What they did, they changed their name a little bit. Webcams, chat, they're back. Guys, take them out. Hit, there you go. Great Atlanta, hit them. Good, very good, Great Atlanta. Thank you. Uh-oh, Brian got hidden again. Let's see. Susan, my married Air Force father-in-law and mother-in-law, son in Law Navy. Son-in-law's name. That's good. Sorry. Greg, if the draft comes, it's going to be interesting seeing women in combat. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Fast on the leak, says Tammy. Yeah, good. That webcam junk's got to be gone. So they come back in several ways. So yeah, they're trying to mess with us tonight. My late husband said he laughed at the DI's drill instructors. His dad was a lot worse on him. Yeah, that was one thing. I went in when I was 19. I'd already been working for a year in a cotton mill. And a lot of the kids, and I had a job, had me running all over the place. I mean, I had to be in a state run all day long just to do the job I had. I was moving stuff around on a little hand truck, and big rolls of bolts, big rolls, weigh a few 100 pounds of cotton gauze, basically. And so I'd load and unload and move around different operators, So I was extremely active. Had to drink a lot of water because I was sweating like crazy. So I went in the Army, and we had all those marches. A lot of people were crying. It was like, you never worked for a living. Coffee time. Anyone want one? That's right, Tammy. I just finished. Well, we're at one goes with coffee nest. Now I'm down to tea. Pretty much most of my tea they got in here. Sorry, I'm married. My wife wouldn't like me looking at that. There you go, 2 shots. I don't want to see that stuff. It looks like whatever that is really probably illegal. It's probably illegal. One of the cases, I'm sure it's nasty. So thank you for getting rid of those channels, guys. That whoever that is. Buzzmore, Greg, can I get rid of the webcam guy? Yeah. Take him out. Hide him. We don't want webcam in here at all. That is nasty. We do not want that in here. Take them out, hide them immediately. You see that kind of stuff pop up, they don't just get timed out, hitting the message. I mean, sometimes you got to get rid of the message. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. We don't want that on my channel. This is a family channel. You come in here with that stuff, you're gone. Mods, get rid of them. Few days always, oops, Brian was hidden by accident. Oh, okay. Brian, I don't know if you can hear us or not. He got hidden by accident. Guys, let me see if I can go back into I'll see if I can go back in and hide it, guys. Bear with me a minute. I'm gonna have to go over to my back page here. Let's see. Hang on, you probably won't hear me. Channel pop up talking. No, it's not doing that. Good. We've got to go over to. Hang on. YouTube Studio. I've lost some subscribers today. I don't know if it's from my last video or if it's from these live sessions. These live sessions usually cost me subscribers for some reason. I lose some every time I do a live session. But the last video was also a little bit tended, when I start talking about Wokistan, that's a little bit politically charged, I suppose. I probably lost a few people because of that. Settings, okay, that's what I gotta get. Settings. And I think it's community. There it is. Settings of community. So if I find Brian, I will resurrect him again. I already resurrected Brian once today. Let's see if I can resurrect him again. What? Old as dirt. Wait a minute. Old as dirt still in the chat room, right? Jason Avers. How are they banned? Randy. Oh, I'm looking at mods part. Never mind. Duh. Scroll down, scroll down. There it is. Hidden users. Pardon me, guys. I was like, these are my mods. We got a lot of people got hidden because we came in here doing stuff like that webcam junk. There's Brian. Bing. Brian, I don't know if you can hear me, but you're back in. I don't know if you're hidden, if that means you can watch the video and just not comment. I don't know yet. But guess what? You're in. So let me come back up. Well, we gotta hit save. Pardon me. You may not be yet. Now you are. Just hit save. Whew, all righty. So we will find out something here. Brian, if you're in, say something. Holy smoke, we're just hitting us like crazy. Ah, thank you, Ransom. Ransom is taking them out now. Thank you, Ransom. Ransom's in the house. How you doing, Ransom? All right, Brian, if you're able to watch and hear us, say hi, because you have been re-entered. You've been resurrected for the second time today. There he is. I'll be good, he says. Brian, you were accidentally timed out by New Days Always trying to get rid of these webcam guys. Wow, they're really attacking tonight. Everybody, just stay top, stay sharp, stay on top of them, knock them out. They come in, knock them out. I feel Jerry Clowery said, knock them out, John. I don't know if you ever heard that story. Oh my God, they came back again. Did they change their name just a little bit? That's usually what they'll do. They'll change their name, channel name just a little bit, put a little different spin to it, and come back. I'm a political operative, sure, on the conservative side, says Brian. Okay. Well, howdy, Green Gregs. Us 100, Lord Child 23. Well, how you doing? How you doing? Let's see. As an immigrant, I think you should love the country or leave it. There you go. 2 shots as an immigrant. That's his opinion. There you go. I agree. The ones with faster internet can get them quicker. Okay. Some people do have faster internet. Greg, those are Sasquatch spamming you live stream. Is it a Sasquatch? No, I get along with Sasquatch better than that now. Much better. Looks like they're down now, and maybe they will try to reinvent themselves and come back. Why are they picking on this channel? See, that's something. It may be that we've covered topics that they're not fond of, like maybe talking about Wokistan, East Wokistan, West Wokistan. 2 days. Let's see. Fast though. Yep, 2 days is fast. Honest Mint Ring Grapes. People come and go, but friends remain forever. That's true. Thank you. Thank you. Tammy, 2 days always. Be right back. You babysit the pornos. I'm going for coffee. All right. Well, I'm sure we got plenty of people here ready to snipe them out as they come in. Yes, love it or leave it. All right. God, that's been crazy. How long have we been going? Almost 2 hours. Almost 2 hours. I don't want to go beyond that. I got to go up, turn off my trailer, jerky stand. Hey, I was talking about city slickers. Somebody in my other video used the term idiots. Idiots. I thought that was pretty good. Idiots. Anyway, city slickers. That's what we called them when I was a kid. People in the town, even the little town, we called them city slickers. They weren't from the farm, they were city slickers. Joke, I mean, Stan, says Tammy. Oh, Jokistan. Oh, you put JK. I thought you said jerk. I wasn't really close. Jerkistan, Jokistan. Maybe a lot of jerks in Jokistan. Telling the truth makes people see reality. Yeah, but some of them don't want to hear it. They will try to block you. They'll do everything to knock you out. So this video might actually be demonetized just for the topics we talked about. Probably would be. Yeah, I can't say that, Tammy. Gotta be real careful what I say about the bug. Greg, I know you're a military man. In your opinion, since you were in the service and I was in the service, who was the best general and strategy president, head of state that we served under, in your opinion? Well, there's many answers to that. I think Patton was a great general, and he was held back. And so was MacArthur. General MacArthur was held back, got fired by the president, you know. He wanted to go after, the communists. He really wanted to go after them. And he got fired. And so sometimes I time out when I question Al Gore. Ooh, okay. Jetty Greg, I got a lemongrass top that tastes like Fruit Loops. When you brew it, very interesting. Susan Prose, I met a veteran who answered that. He was over 16. He wrote 16 on the bottom of his shoe. And when asked if he was over 16, he responded, yes, I spent the next couple of decades serving the country. Wow, Brian. Did he? Not surprising. Okay, guys. So instead, Sylvester Stallone, that's kind of short, guys. Believe it or not. Well, I'll tell you something. Like Rambo's always standing out in the wide open, you know, mowing people down, it's hiding behind fences. That'll never happen to reality. You've seen him be shot and dispatched in 3 to 4 seconds. So yeah, that ain't happening. That's something you see in Hollywood. That's a Hollywood thing. So, all right, good night there, 2 shots. So let me finish that. Presidents. Well, you know, Ike was a general, but a lot of people in the Army didn't like Ike because he was part of holding Patton back. You know, they held Patton back to give Montgomery a chance to get some, and the Brits wanted to have some victories too. And you know, and Patton was just mopping it up. So they held him back. They cut his fuel out. And Ike was part of that. So a lot of people in the Army in World War II, for my dad, didn't like Ike for that. But, you know, you got to say Ike at least had at least warned us when he left the presidency about what we were facing in the military industrial complex. But he was smart. He waited till his presidency was before he said it. JFK started talking about it during his presidency. Yeah, it cost him. That might be what cost him. That dog Mattis says new days. Lord Child, do you know if y'all muscadines? Hey, I just ate some today. They're pretty good around here. I just ate some today, muscadines. So, you know, I like Ronald Reagan. I joined the Army and Jimmy Carter was president. And the Army was falling apart. It was ragged bag. We had a failed hostage rescue team. So I thought I was going on. We had it all packed up at the airfield, Pope Air Force Base, and ready to go. And they didn't send us, which is probably a good thing because I had 250 people in my unit, only had 200 M16s, and only 40 of them would actually function. Why? Lack of spare parts. I just couldn't get little bitty, itsy bitsy little pins, detent pins that would push the ejector pin to make the round pop out of the chamber, or the little extractors, which is just a little flat spring that grabs on the back of the casing, the empty casing, and pulls it out of the chamber, and that pin flips it out. You know, that's the 2 things that were missing the most, and a bucket of them will cost you maybe $5. I mean, a 5-gallon bucket. And I just couldn't get them. They were on requisition forever. As soon as Reagan got elected, as soon as Reagan took off, bam, all this stuff came in. And the Army changed, the military changed, the esprit de corps changed, the attitudes changed. The Army went from being to being a proud thing. It made a huge difference. So I was really impressed with Reagan and how he handled things, how he empowered the military, how the military snapped into shape from being a rag bag, Vietnam War, losing the organization. You got to wonder what we got today with the president who's so you would cry for my says kind of attitude he shows. And I don't know, guys, you know, I looked on his face. He's like, that's just, I mean, that's the kind of pictures he's taken. He looks like this. All the pictures. Really? You're president of the United States? You know, we got aggravated because somebody made mean tweets. Right now in the world, we need a president that's got a pair. We need somebody who makes mean tweets again. You know, all these little people are so scared, all these little snowflakes so scared of somebody that acts like a man. You know, we need somebody in the White House who can take charge. We don't have that right now. We got a weakling, sleepy weakling who's probably senile. Sad, really, really sad. But you know, when he's in the press conference and telling people, well, they told me to pick you first, and they told me not to talk about that. They told me not to say, he's totally controlled. He's controlling it. I mean, he's basically admitted it in press conferences. So, wow, really? And you actually said that? I mean, that's a sign of senility, guys. All right, Tammy's getting coffee. Eddie says, I'm watching The Saint with Val Kilmer. It's a good action movie. Okay. Brian, if you tear down the past, you never have a reminder of what went wrong. That's so true. Right now, they're tearing down the past. They just took down the biggest monument of the Confederacy today in Northern Virginia. Who would have thought it? What about the Army of Northern Virginia? You know, I remember that. That was Robert E. Lee's army. Man, never turned my TV on. I gave Greg a good movie to watch about a weatherman. Yeah, okay. I still got to watch it sitting right here somewhere. Man, I just haven't had time. Hey. Is that it? This is the first great comedy of the night. That's Steve Martin. Is that it? Or where? Your ex lied to get in the Army. Wow. Kevin South. I was with 101st in 79 when the Rand mission failed. Planes ready to go. I was at Fort Bragg, the 82nd Airborne. I wasn't in 82nd, but I was at sport unit. YouTube is putting some good coffee movies, Greg. YouTube, good coffee movies. Weston Robert, I started as a certified prosthesis 1980 Navy prosthetic research laboratory. Okay. New days, that's it. The Jerk was better. Oh my God, I remember the Jerk came out. He said a certain word a whole lot. Son of a biscuit eater, right? I kept saying that throughout the movie. You know, my son was about 2 years old. We're not thinking he's really paying attention to this movie. And my wife and I at the time, we went to the PX, which is the grocery store in the Army at Fort Greeley, Alaska. And we're in a shop where he's sitting in the little seat in a shopping cart. And all at once, he just started blurting that word out over and over and over and over. Embarrassed us to death. And we didn't talk like that around him. We got it from that movie, The Jerk. We actually got it from The Jerk. Greg would see the irony of life once he sees LA story. The irony of life. Robert E. Lee was a stand-up guy. They should have kept a statue. Yeah, actually, Lincoln asked him to serve him, and he said, "I will, go wherever my state goes." He's not going to betray his state, Virginia, which is a true Southern gentleman. With the states who he stood for in the South. Always pay attention. Anyway, so we've been going over 2 hours, well, almost 2 hours now. Let's see. Maybe we should take prayer requests and move on here. We got 50 in the room. We've had a lot more some nights. I've had a lot of sessions. We had a couple hundred of them. I think that's when I had a special topic. And most people may be watching for me later. I grew up wanting to go into the military, and once I got out of jail after doing 3 years, they wouldn't accept me. Yeah, well, if you've been in jail, you get a hard time getting in. Brian says, I'm glad, and the conservatives who throw in milk toast. Yeah, we don't want to throw in some milk toast, do we? So thank you, Greg. Feels nicer to hear it. Days when someone says something happened fast, I say, yep, like Grant through Richmond. Y'all. Robert E. Lee helped win the southwest part of the United States from Mexico. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He was a war hero. Absolutely, from the Mexican War. Let's see. I love that movie. The dog, but he was just a simple man. Anybody understand the movie? Okay. I didn't get notified again. Ravens' Granny. Wow. Guys, I think I think I'm shadow banned. I think I'm shadow banned. This is the topic to talk about. I'm very careful trying not to violate the service terms and terms of usage of the platform. But I still talk about topics that would I don't cover. So I think I'm shadow banned. I try to do it carefully. And operating this platform is like walking on eggshells, on thin ice, in an earthquake. Eddie says, Greg, come where? Anyone see anything about replacing what was lost in Afghan? I like getting back our people left behind. Read some Utah, Mama Italiano. All right, very good. Greg, come fishing on social. Oh, okay. Well, where am I going to go fishing at? Problem is time for that, guys. Yes, it's funny depending on what side of the Mason-Dixon line you live on. Okay, New Days. Robert E. Lee was on both sides. Well, literally in this campaign, he did go on the. Well, actually, no. Yeah, he went to Pennsylvania, so he was north of the Mason-Dixon line, Gettysburg. Ransom says, I was not notified either. I know Woden's on Wednesdays. Yeah, a lot of times, because I'm later, I don't make it a Woden show, because it's got to be at 9 to beat Woden's, but I started at 9:09. Because Woden's number is 9. So I start at 9, it's Woden's. If I don't, it'll just be Wednesday Night Live. But a lot of times I do another video before this, and I just can't pull it all together to do it that way. But the video I posted today was actually done last night. And if I'm gonna put up a video tomorrow, I may have to do it tonight. I got to go out and turn off Michael Green's trailer, and I got a few chores to do here still tonight. Costa backing those guys to remove long-standing people blocking extraction of minerals in Panjshir. Well, Panjshir was a holdout. The Taliban claim they defeated them. People in Panjshir said, no, it's not true. And they claim that they have terminated a large number of Taliban and captured some. Cost of mineral in Panjshir equal trillions. Could be. I grew up living on the Mason-Dixon line, says New Days always. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. All right. So Hawk asked us to pray for him. I don't see him in here now. Hawk served 3 or 4 times over, I think 4 tours maybe, in Afghanistan. And, that will give you severe PTSD. So he's having a hard time readjusting. So we need to say a prayer for Hawk. Oh, sir, Greg, they changed the terms of service constantly. Oh, yeah, it's just, I need to go back and look at them. I try on their trigger words, but it's next to impossible when they just make up stuff all the time. That's a problem. You can't really keep up with stuff. And they gig you for it. Like, who's got time to read those long terms of service every week? That's crazy. Southern California, okay. There's some shoreline survival videos. Oh, that could be fun, Eddie. Be fun. I have to take off. I have to take vacation. Hey, Greg, when do you decide to make the trip out to Arizona? Why don't you stop in Southern Colorado and spend some time? You might like to see. Well, I've been invited to make a detour up that way by Diamond, because he wants to go with me because one of his best friends lives real close to my place. I really thought I'd be going there about this time of the year, but I don't have the money to put the well in. I expect to get money from Dad's estate soon, though, like in October, maybe the first part, and the rest of it be in March. But I've decided that my debts are so horrendous that I'm just going to pay off my debts as much as I can first. And then hopefully I'll have enough income after that to try to buy or pay for the well and some of the other things you got to do there. And guys, here's the bills I just paid last day or two. And I got tons of bills. I spent an enormous amount of time just paying bills, a lot of money and time. But the time element is a killer for me. I got to get this under control. It's wiping me. I haven't even got my taxes finished. And New Days Always actually helped me. get a big head start on that, but I still got to finish it. So, whew, guys, it's tough, guys. There's just a lot to do. So I need to end this video so I can get back on the other stuff here. My life is extremely busy. I got a very intense day job and many other things. So it's very busy. Rosenworld, hey Greg. Okay, I already read that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's called shadow banning. New days always. Katie. Granny, that's a great idea, Greg. Get the bus outfitted. Yeah, I got the bus. During the winter, you think I really need to be able to roll this spring? A few days we need to talk. Doug Thompson, hey Greg, just joining in. Let's see, Doug, we're about to end the video. We've already been going for 2 hours. We started earlier today. AJ, Greg, Greg is just a player and plays. Greg is just a player and pays like 3 wives' bills. Well, I did have an ex-girlfriend who had my credit cards through selling and bolted because she knew when I was about to find out and found out. I put out a warrant for her arrest because she committed fraud what she was doing. And she actually opened credit cards in my name, forged my signature, and had them sent to a post office box. I got out of those. She got a hold of a couple other cards of mine, and I couldn't get out of paying on those. So she dramatically put me in debt. It's a while back, guys. And so it's just hard to comment. Greg, what's going on with all the sunspots? Doug, they're getting real active. I covered that earlier in the video. The sun is really cooking up. There is, and I did a video back last fall, I think, talking about some scientists that had determined that we get the terminator when we point wrong between the solar cycles, and they went a great explanation of it and said that this last solar cycle was abnormally short, and after a very short solar cycle, the sun always goes hyperactive. So even though we've been trending toward a grand solar minimum, we may get a hyperactive cycle on the next one. If they do, it could be rough considering the magnetic field of Earth is dropping. So we may be in for a rough ride, guys. And the sun is coming up pretty fast with a lot of stuff. So they could be right. We don't know yet. You know, and other people like Lee Wilbarger and quite a few others, their research says the sun's going to continue nose diving down the sunspots. But we're getting quite a few right now, and they're getting very active. So we got to watch it, guys. We may be in for a rough ride. AG says, Greg, adopt me, please. How old are you, AG? The Taliban can milk toast. Oh, okay. A few days old. Greg, when you want to talk, you got my number. Okay. Dang, I missed a lot, says Doug. Yeah. You don't want to mess with the U.S. Marines, says Brian. Okay. Yeah, you're right about that. Hey, I'm Army, though. Don't mess with us either. I know someone who done that, Greg. Hard to prove you did not allow it. Exactly. Exactly. Really puts the person, yep, you're right. That's the problem I went into. To be honest with you, the way things are going in the world, I'm actually crossing my fingers for us seeing me. The world needs a real reset. Doug, I would be in very much agreement with you, but the problem is our nuclear power plants, and even more so the spent fuel rod pools outside. It would be catastrophic. Beyond belief, catastrophic what will happen to them. 30 younger, my oldest 2 kids, but older than my youngest. Not fit in the spectrum there, AG. All right. That's a little bit on the older side for getting adopted, though, right? You may not want me to adopt you. It's rough around me at my place. This is a rough camp to live in. Granny says, I'm single forever. That's a good decision there, Granny. Keeps you out of trouble. Keeps you out of trouble. Age doesn't matter. You can adopt anyone at any age. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Susan Peter, find some comfort and try the poultice for the knee pain. If you can't find some on your way to Colorado, stop in on your way home. I'll dig some of mine up. Okay, Susan. Take my number too, says, oh, a lot of people want me to adopt them now. 2 days always right there with you, Granny. First time in my life not being a wife. Okay. I spent a number of my years married. Giggle Mesh is in the room, guys. Hey, Greg, late night. Well, actually, Giggle Mesh, we started at 9 tonight, so we're winding down now. There's a lot of nights. This is the time I start, but I'm trying to get some other things done after this instead of before. And I wanted to do this as a Woden session. So Woden starts at 9. 9's Woden's number. Doug Thompson, take care, guy. I'll catch up with you next time. Okay. Well, we're about to go on the prayer request here. I've asked everybody to remember Hawk wanted us to pray for him. Granny Lana has got a granddaughter, Kaylee, who is fighting cancer, guys. So I need to pray for her. Pray for my brother who's got prostate cancer. Pray for a friend of the channel, Randy Bly of Blue Bottle Bunny Farm. His wife, Susan, made me this beautiful thing here. So we need to pray for her. So, all right. Alley Cat, how you doing, Alley Cat? Alley Cat's in Arizona. We're wrapping up, guys. Some people are coming in right now because we used to be starting about now. We started at 9 tonight. Granny, that was to say number 3 single. Number 3 being single. What do you mean number 3? All right. Pray for the earthquake victims of Mexico. There you go, Jay. That's a very good one. Mexico just had a huge earthquake. And Tammy says she's back. So Randy Bly, Kaylee, Hawk, pray for Granny Lana too. I prayed for you, brother. Well, thank you, Brian. My knees could definitely use it. The words wake up and gets a good dose of common sense. That's a good thing to pray for. We got to wake people up. I did a ITSC of 1 and it's on the way, says Preston. Okay. Did you get it from Gorgeous Awesome? Rosemore, hey Greg, you can send me an application for your Freedom Restoration Community. Just email us, Frozen World. We've got a couple volunteers that should be responding. They've been kind of busy in the last couple of months though. So we're probably behind on that. So I've got to remind them we got to get back on it. Our email, we're developing a spreadsheet basically of everybody that's going to be in it. We do have a room on Facebook and spots and not the leaders already, or a group. We got a group in MeWe. So, all right. So let's see here. What the Granny Lana says, single is easy. And then New Day's always hard. Got you beat, Granny. So you got her beat there. I've been saying single is easy. All right. So yeah. I love Jesus Christ, says Preston. All right. So who else we going to pray for, guys? Any other prayer requests tonight? People in Mexico. How about the Americans left behind in Afghanistan? Or the Afghanis who helped us there who can be in trouble with the powers that be in that country now. Pray for enemies, Greg. They will die eaten alive by red worms. Oh, Granny had 3 hubbies. Is that what she said? I got it. And I know what you mean now, New Days always. Yeah, you have a little bit more. Oh, there's dirt. You had more than 3 hubbies? I was thinking Oldest Dirt's a guy. I could be wrong. I don't know. Oldest Dirt, you're a guy or a girl? You know, I was always thinking you were a guy. Colorado Janice, I pray for him every day, Brian. Pray I keep my job and don't freeze to death. Okay, that's a good one. Jobs are pretty unstable these days. Colorado Jen pays from every day. I want to break Elizabeth Taylor's record this one in my life. Okay, going to break Elizabeth Taylor's record. Oh, that's a huge admission there. Especially for whoever might be next in line. Uh-oh, scaring folks there, Katie. I haven't had 3. Oh, Granny has not had 3. Okay. Not had 3. Actually, I've had 3 ex-wives. Old as dark, new days, I don't think so. Only had 1 hubby. Yes, Greg, I'm female. Okay. Very good. Very good. Sorry about that. Didn't know many ladies would say they're old as dirt. I bet you're not that old. Yes, I'm a girl. I bet you're not really that old. Are you, hey, I'm 61. Are you as old as me? Looking for lucky number 7, says New Day as always. Oh, so that would be the lucky number. You just admitted you're trying to go for more than Elizabeth. I mean, what's her name? Old Elizabeth Taylor. 4T says Jetty. All right. That's interesting conversations here. I'm older than you. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's see here. Tammy, I'm a girl too. Kind of figured that. You never know. There might be some guys these days that go by Tammy. All right, Jen. I've had 2 hubbies and a boyfriend. Well, I've had 3 wives, guys. I've had, let's see, Granny says, I had 2. The first one married a friend, but we weren't partners. I married him to be free adult at 16. I don't know what people did that. All right. So she had 9, but married one twice. So she actually had 10 weddings. Well, actually, I remarried my first ex, so I've had 4 weddings with 3 wives. I tried to make it work. Just wouldn't happen. Welcome to Greg's new dating service. So we started a dating service here. It sounded like it, don't it? Saturday. Sorry, Greg. I sat down for a second time and fell asleep. Oh, that's all right. Hey, I've done that last couple of nights. I fell asleep when I didn't want to. I had things to do, and I sat down to check an article or something like on my phone. I do scan a lot of articles on my phone, and it was boom. I was out, lights on, everything. It's happened to me about 3 nights in a row here. It's kind of rough. Makes me terrible sleeping. So, anywho, oh, my uncle's watching me now. Clarence Benefield says, I'm watching you on YouTube live, and you're looking good, Greg. Hello, Uncle Clarence. So actually, my uncle's watching. So he's not. I don't know if he's got a name. He may not be a subscriber, so he may not be able to pop in the chat room here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's rough there in New Days always. That sounds really rough. Franklin, I tried with my ex, but we're friends now. Yeah, well, we got a number of people to pray for. My uncle would appreciate that. My uncle's a dean. Church of Christ, guys. I mean, excuse me, no, Church of God, pardon me. Church of God, he's a dean. So stone me for having more than my fair share. Brian says, I've seen Greg's fall asleep live. Yeah, I get tired, guys. I get wore out, guys. I push hard. I don't get much sleep. I don't get much sleep at all. I tell people I don't take my sleep lying down. I take it in a cup. Greg, I'm closer to your age, 56. That's younger than me, Mama Italiano. You're younger than me. And Cassandra says, it happens to the best of us. All right, very much true, very much true. Still got a little tea. Yes. Picking up Forrest. He would have been more attractive than, he would have to be more attractive than Greg. Greg is intelligent, caring, handsome, humorous, and knows a bit about everything. Well, also making on the forest. Thank you. I'm the same age as Green Greg. Yes, you are, Greg. That I know. That I know. I thought about calling this channel Grandpa Briggs when I started with my youngest daughter. Thought that made it sound like made me sound too old. So she told me not to do that. Soursop tea will help you sleep, Greg. Yeah, look, I don't have no problem going to sleep if I can just lay down. The problem is sometimes I go to sleep and I don't want to. But the reason I'm up so and sleep so little is because I'm quite insanely busy. New day's always been a Pisces. I am eternal romantic. I always believe in love until my underwear and makeup goes missing. Oh, oh my gosh. Nice weather for you for the next week. You're right, Chew. Weather. We're finally going to be drying out here. That's good for the harvest. It's going to be real good for the harvest. So we've had major crops. Brian, he could be a Viking in Minnesota. Well, blood is Viking. Yeah, right, Uncle Clarence. I got a cousin who had the 23andMe test done, and it all came back Nordic, 100%. Anyway, so yeah, we need to. That was a surprise to us down here in the South. We didn't expect that. But when you think about it, we knew we had French ancestry, but French came from over William the Conqueror, and they were Norsemen. So yeah, when you start really running through all this, a lot of Scotland, we got settled by Vikings and parts of England. So it kind of made sense in the end. They pieces, but they're pieces, but there come a day never again. French's rain last night. Tammy, whole load missing in my apartment building. Wow, that's weird. That's really weird. The topic there. What's missing? That's scary. Eddie, Jetty, you could skin a Sasquatch, huh, Greg? If I had to. Well, that would be kind of macabre considering how humanistic they look. For those that don't know, I played Bigfoot pranks on campers when I was a kid and scared them out a lot of people. Of course, where I grew up, campers always carried guns. So I've been shot at quite a few times. My son told me I have a bad taste in men. So he or my friends will pick out the next guy that will be in my life. Well, there you go. They might be on something considering the number you related here. That's something, you're a Viking and you're in Alabama. That's an oxymoron. When I lived in Alaska, I tucked to it and I came back to Alabama and got heat exhaustion riding in a pickup truck. The windows rolled down to the town I was born in. That's when I decided my ancestors moved the wrong place. Pisces spell check. Okay. Alrighty, guys. Let's do a little prayer service here. Let's pray for our folks, and we'll come back. And I'll end this with something that y'all like. I got a flashlight here. I found this flashlight I was missing. I got a little trick with this thing, but it's not recharging. So unless it's charging a little bit from the solar array, it won't charge through the adapter anymore. So this may be a limited life item now. No, I didn't get this from my Patriot Supply. I got the 4-Patriot Supply. So I didn't get it from my outfit. At that time, they didn't have these lights. I think they got them now. So my family has a vote in my next husband. Okay, Sandra. That girl, Greg, just phone working again. I ain't gonna lie, I missed some chats. Okay, I'll just go back and watch them later. Just phone work. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you need to refill. Anywho, just back and forth. I'm happy to be single at this moment. I'm interested in spending the rest of my life with somebody, but I haven't met them and I'm not looking. Okay, very good. Give me a minute, Greg. Be right back. Well, we might be gone, Brian. We're not going to be here much longer, just a little bit. I better No one better never line me up, says Granny. Okay, I think you still get a vote. You know, you're the one that's got to say, I do, if you say that. I feel very wise since 3 days on wings. All right. So let's do a little prayer session here, guys. I think we've already got a list of people to pray for. Maybe we'll just make it, you know, a couple minutes probably. Pray for Australia. Okay, what do we want to pray for in regards to Australia? We want a lockdown. Like Canada, maybe we should pray for the Canadians and Australians to get out of lockdown. That might be one. They don't have the same boat as you, hon, says Tammy. All right. Can you verbalize the prayers? I don't really want to lead y'all in prayer. Like I said, this is not a religious channel. I would prefer to pray silently. I'm one of these people that thinks you should pray in a closet and not in public, really. It's between us and our Maker. I do believe in the greater Creator, and so those that know me know that. So, so my instructions: everyone pray according to your own faith. We have people here of many faiths, and so, but I do believe the power of prayer is pretty universal. So, we'll do that. We'll just go into our prayer session here. If you have no faith, at least meditate. Or maybe you can go out after this and do a good deed for somebody. Australia prayer. Okay. We're going to prayer session, everybody. And we'll do a few more minutes in the video and then we'll be done. Australians are being treated horribly because of not wearing masks. I'm in a lot of places. And out in the houses. Okay. Be careful what you say, Brian. Remember, we are a family channel. This closet or knees in the dirt ears. Well, they'll always hear you. You know, we assume postures that show respect, deference, and respect. But you know, you can standing up looking in the sky and praying. You can do that. You know, like just I've done that. I've definitely done that at times. Wow. All right. Well spoken, everyone. Yeah, thank you. There's my remote control for my stage lights. It's a EMP proof remote control. Do you pray in the vein of Jesus Christ? What do you mean the vein? The name? Look, like I said, do it in the closet, guys. That's who said do it in the closet? Jesus Christ. So that might tell you a little bit, guys. There's some respect in that department. but I'm trying not to impose my faith on others. This is not a religious channel. You know, if you're with a family, you pray for family members. We're a family, so that's how I see it. Today as always, I hug a tree with my arms wrapped around it and my forehead against it in prayer. There you go. The tree's got a lot of life coming through it. I think our motto, our song for our group should be, I shall not be moved. I shall not be moved, just like the tree. Standing by the water, I shall not be moved. China going to send warships to the U.S. coast. Did they say that? There's an announcement for that, an article on it. Could happen. Guys, we may be on the verge. We may be on the verge of something big. Because when you see what kind of stuff China's putting out to their people, it is scary right now. A little scary. I got to do a video on that the next day or two. Yeah. China's also got record flooding. So karma's hitting them hard. The greater creator is kicking them for what they're doing. But they don't change them. They're still doing it. It's the red dragon of Revelations, guys. All right. You know what a lot of people ask for? What a lot of people like to see? I got to go back to my Zoom screen where I can see this live. See what it looks like. All right, guys. We're on Zoom. Everybody likes it when Santa does this. Likes this good. Oh, 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 oh. Hey, is this a good way to end a video? Everything's on the light side, you know, on the light side. Anyway, and we can have a little disco. Do a little dance, guys. Hey, we rock here at Green Graves. What can we say? There we go. All right. All right, quite a lot. And for everybody, we're going to say good night. Just a minute. I'll get back in here in just a second. Ding. I don't know how much longer this flashlight's going to hold out for that trick. It's giving me some issues. But we just had a little fun there. You know, everybody accused me of being a fear monger. Really? I'm a hope monger. I always bring solutions. Try to. But we're really in some dire times, guys. Right. Get ready. Get your arms. You know what I mean? Grab your arms, guys. You know what I mean? And you need lots of fingers on those arms. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots. You know, heavy metal propellers. You know what I mean? All right, let me go back to the chat room. Hope we got a few chuckles out of that. Go back to the chat saying. Back on the side. That girl says, yes, I hear you. Be the light. Exactly. That's how we'll end this, doing the worm. Hey, Gorgeous Awesome's in the room. All right, Gorgeous Awesome. We started early tonight, Gorgeous Awesome. I did show you one, because tonight is Woden's Woken Wednesday. The Wondrous Wednesday. I don't use that term woke anymore. Now I talk about East and West Wokenstan. But here's Woden's Wooden One, the Wondrous. Gorgeous Awesome, a gift from them. And got two beautiful necklaces. And I got to redo the length on one of them. It's too long. This one. This is the Lemurian laser one. And here's the healing one. Look at the intricate work in the copper, guys. Look at that. Isn't that intricate? That's amazing. A lot of work into this one. Check them out. They're on Etsy. Feel free to share your Link to your Etsy store. Lots of work on the copper here. Beautiful patterns. No, this is not a bone. It looks kind of like a leg bone or something, right? But no, this is actually apple wood. They told me it's an apple for the teacher, so I appreciate that. Anyway, we're a bunch of flopping fruit and busted gut. Oh, okay, we can drink this juice. Let's see. Let's scroll back up. Somebody say amen to that, Greg. It's Arnold Smith. Amen. Tammy, that's amens. Okay. The tree, he said, pray your way. That's what it said. Pray your own way. Leave it up to you. Sometimes I feel the whole thing is all rigged because all these rich countries are broke. They borrow too much money. You know what happens with true democracy is they vote themselves into bankruptcy by voting, to use a large S of the treasurer, and they used to go bankrupt in a single generation. That's why we were made a republic. But with the huge bureaucracies we have today, we're operating as if we're a democracy. So we're getting in trouble in a hurry, guys. God said to close your door and pray alone. He hears your prayers. Jesus also said, these things I do, the least of, you can do and more. I'm a firm believer, yeah. Oh, beautiful old tree, live oak. It is huge. It's so nice. Is that kind of forest? It's nice. All right. Tammy, ho, ho, ha, ha. Ha, ha, ha. All right, everybody laughing. That's like, yep, the best ending ever, says Bob Dobbs. Yeah, where do you get this many other prepper channel, huh? Where do you get this kind of stuff? The humor. It's usually someone get on their channel, they go, the world's coming in and all these bad things about happening. You do the whole video like that. That's some of good channels too, but holy smoke. Guys, we're a little bit beyond that. We're a family here. So and those guys mean well. There's some really good guys. One guy particularly does a lot. He's a really good guy. I like him. He actually is in Alabama. I'm not gonna name him since I talked about him that way. Good channel. I'm giving him a shout out, really. If I hadn't said that. Good channel. Greg's being Funky Disco King. Hey, you're the one who got me the board. I need to play that in the future channel, right? Future video, excuse me. We need a net propulsion device for D-ROMs. Okay. Little EMP. Okay, what's Mama Italiano worried about? As long as you don't shape shift. We're just having fun. We're just having fun. All right. Daniel says, Ring Galactic Greg's hopeful halo beard of light. Gorgeous work is exquisite. Absolutely exquisite. It sure is. Exquisite is the word. We should have been hanging something I don't say there. At least not in the channel or on this platform. My sister might like that Woden work craft. I will forward to her next chance. I'm sticking a mud Republican. I'm still waiting on Greg to make a teleporter. I need one of you to go up to Maine. Need to get me a quartz crystal necklace like the copper's spiraling. Gorgeous Awesome has a channel on Etsy. So check out Etsy and look for Gorgeous Awesome. They have tons of that stuff. They got all kind of beautiful crystals, chandeliers, just all kind of stuff in it. It's real beautiful. Sandra, did y'all catch Elite Project interview with David DeBarons of the DAP 24? I mean, David, it's not DeBarons, it's David, and David Devine. David Devine. I've had David on my channel. Daniel Funny. Thank you. Oh, Gorgeous Awesome is here. Okay, you're still here. Gorgeous, share your link to your store on Etsy if you would. People are asking. People are asking. They're saying, yeah, I'd like to have something like that. So share your link. You might get a sale here tonight, maybe. Flip and Float Craft channel, they can flip and float craft themselves as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, okay, that wasn't too bad. I'd say Awesome has amazing stuff. They do, they really do. All right, Awesome, put your link in here. David was on with Rex earlier. Okay, tonight, okay. I haven't seen that one yet, no. I'm outside looking for the asteroids. No sign yet. Yeah, you're not going to see them. So the ones that are coming inside of the lunar orbit are rather small, like 3 or 4 meters, that's all. So you're not going to see them out those distances. That's an awesome necklace. Yeah. Bob Dobbs. Marf. My only issue with Marf, he promotes that device, a certain device that there we go. There it is, guys. Check it out. HTTPS www.etsy.com shop Gorgeous Awesome. Shop Gorgeous Awesome. The Goons want to find my Christmas present. Goons are her 2 big, ginormous dogs, if you don't know. Yeah. That's it, Gorgeous Awesome. My sister might buy. Yeah, go check it out. Share that around, guys. Just want to go to Etsy, shop, and Gorgeous Awesome. That's it. Check that link, guys. Thank you, everyone. This is Gorgeous Awesome. Greg, are asteroids like, no, Cassandra, they're worse if they hit you. I saw that the massive dynamic robots are getting agile. Yeah, they're starting to get more so. Yeah, we're living in a science fiction world today, guys. We're already in a bad grade B science fiction movie. Look, half of our population now is GMO. Half the people are now GMO people. How many of you are GMO? How many of you took it? I'm just thinking some of you are probably GMO now. Think about that. You're GMO. You're not quite the same person you were. The appearance is true, but some of your internal clock workings just got changed. You just turned over the clock mechanisms to Dr. Fauci. And his minions. I'll put your link on my Sacred Ground Society page on Facebook, Gorgeous Awesome. Wow, Gorgeous, that's a good contact for you. Hello, so ahead, like the lit up beard. It'll make a nice night at midnight. All right, well, man, already done that. Already done that. Hope you, if you just missed it, just replay a little bit from the end. All right. Well, we ought to have a little fun here. What's wrong with that, guys? We got to have a little fun. And I pray about it. That's good. All righty, guys. I think we've pretty much covered the waterfront here tonight. There's a lot we could talk about, but I'm going to do some dedicated videos. Gorgeous, awesome, massive, gorgeous, massive, and rich. Oh, their stuff is incredible. Their stuff is incredible. If you go to the Etsy page, guys. All right, guys, we're going to call it a night. We've been going for over 2.5 hours now. So that's plenty long. I got some other stuff to do. I got to go out to my microgreens trailer and do a few things there. And I can't even do laundry while I got that thing running because it's on the same circuit as my washer and dryer. I try to turn him on, the microgreens trailer's running. It'll throw the breaker, which is in my garage, which is kind of a pain to get to. Anyway, folks, mods, you really did a lot of work tonight. Thank you for all you've done. You've been awesome. You've been busy. Thank you, everyone who's watched. I really appreciate that. Please share my videos. Go out and share my videos wide. We need to get word out, guys. it's crazy that, you get people who are just talking off the cuff that don't know jack diddle about the topics. You get, 10, 20, 100 times more views than I do, even when their channels are smaller. Weird, right? Anyway, so it's called shadow ban. So you can help with sharing the stuff. And I'll come back into the chat room. There's a chat still roll a bit after I end the video. So anyway, everyone, thank you very much for watching. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being a part of this family. Bring Greg's Swivelhead family. Good night, everyone. Everyone has a great sleep tonight. Goodbye.